Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This video I want to dedicate it to Japan because Japan is one of my favorite country to visit. I've already been 3 times, and the reason for that is because I find it incredible. When you go to Japan, it's like stepping in a completely different world, and I will explain to you why. People in Japan are very different. You will find the Japanese people never say no, for example. You will find the Japanese people are very quiet. They almost robotic in their interaction. There is no a lot of expression or emotion. You know, when you see them interacting between themselves or on the street, you never hear anybody talking. You never hear anybody shouting. So obviously, as an Italian, we are very loud and, you know, we like to joke. So I found that very strange and difficult to deal with. In this video, I'm gonna mention 5 things about Japan which I found very unusual, very strange and unique. So let's have a look. Okay, let's start with point number 1. Now, if you are deciding that you want to go and visit Japan after this video, or you already been in Japan, you know that in Japan it's actually illegal to smoke on the street. Very unusual. I have never seen anything like it anywhere. So Japanese people cannot smoke on the street, even if you are in an open air. And initially I couldn't figure out where are people smoking, because there must be people smoking. Apparently, you know, Japan is known to be a country where smoking is actually very popular. So I was driving myself crazy. It was like, where people smoke? Well, it took about 2 days on my first visit to work out that basically they will have a designated area all around the city where you can actually smoke. So it cannot be just anywhere on the street. You will have to search them. You can ask people, or it could be also really small cubicles next to tube station, and these are the only place where you can smoke in public. Point number 2. Another thing that is unacceptable in Japan and is weird for them is people don't drink or eat on the street. Yes, so if you decide that you are hungry and you just want to have a sandwich while you're walking and you are out and about, like we do in most countries, most places, not in Japan. In Japan is actually not accepted. People will look at you very funny and they won't like it. Now, point number 3. Now, you might think that I'm crazy that I'm actually talking about this, but trust me, I have to mention this. This is a very valid point. One of the amazing, weird, strange things about Japan is their toilet. Yes, you heard it right. I am talking about the toilet. Going to the toilet in Japan is like an experience that you never had before. Their toilets look like spaceships or like a scene from a movie of Star Wars. It's very electronic. It looks like a robot and they have all these buttons. They can do so many different things, warm the toilet, you know. It is, guys, an amazing experience. Like, it takes to another level actually going to the toilet. I have to be honest. I know it's weird to talk about toilets, but trust me, I'm telling you, in Japan is weird and unbelievable at the same time. Now, point number 4. Another thing big in Japan, it is the Kawaii culture. Now, what does it mean, Kawaii culture? Japan is huge when it comes to cartoon characters, video games, and this is how you call it, the Kawaii culture. And this culture does not really apply to kids, not at all. In fact, apply even to adults like me or even people older. It's huge, and they love it. In fact, if I have to show you something that is very kawaii and I love it and I bought it in Japan, is this cushion made as toy. I mean, look at that. It's huge and it's soft. And this one is a typical thing that you will find in shops in Japan, and it is very acceptable. Everything in Japan is kawaii. I mean, your bus pass, posters everywhere. I'm telling you, anywhere you look in Japan, the kawaii culture will be there, and it's perfectly acceptable and they love it. And finally, guys, we go to the fifth point that I wanted to mention, which is so different in Japan culture, but actually you might find this in other Asian countries, maybe like Korea, or I'm not sure, maybe China. And it is that in Japan, when you have a cold, you're not feeling well, you're gonna be wearing a mask. And this is very normal, everybody use it. And in fact, if you don't use that mask when you have a cold, or you're not feeling well, it will be considered very rude that you're not wearing it. Everybody does it, from the small kids to people in the office. So when you travel around Japan, you will see any now and then people wearing this mask. This is something that for an European like me, I find it very unusual, very strange, to look at them with this mask, but I guess that's part of their culture. And yes, so if you are visiting Japan and you have a cold, even if you're a foreigner, yeah, buy one from the shop and wear it. They will appreciate it, because they definitely don't like it to see people with a cold without the mask. And so guys, this concludes my video about 5 points which I found very unusual and different about Japan culture. I would like to take this opportunity to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, as we're almost ready. It's only 2 days to go. And I hope whatever you do, that you are lucky enough to be able to spend it with your family or loved ones, as obviously not everybody is that lucky. And I shall see you again on my channel for another video very soon. And for now, mwah, take care.